Hi everybody, this is Jazz, aka Trend Trader for you. This is Jazz, aka Trend. So, echo again. So what are we gonna do is I'm going to do a sector rotation analysis. This is something that I do once a month for my paid members, and what I do is I go into the 9 sectors that make up the S&P 500. Okay, this is I will actually need to record this. Okay, once again guys, so what I'm doing is making a sector rotation analysis video that I do once a month for my paid members that are part of my Facebook Elite group. Look at all the sectors that make up the S&P 500. So basically what S&P 500 is broken up into 9 sectors, right? Financials, you have energy, you have a consumer staples, you have materials, utility, healthcare. So all that falls into S&P, right? That's how the stocks are divided up to. So if you were to rip everything apart, you will get all those stocks divided into 9 sectors. So right now what I'm showing you guys is basically a free stocks chart, and on the right side is a weekly chart, on the left side is a daily. Let me take the text off in here so that provided the good intro. Okay, so I'll look into the basic stuff, okay, but I'm not going to go into the detail, because the detail is what I'm going to do, show the alerts, and on my TOS Thinkorswim, that's where I have it all customized, where I show all my alerts and where everything is set. As far as if we were to have a pullback, that's where the alerts are set. So let's talk about it. Let's start with financials. Let me see if everything's working fine. It's recording. Perfect. Okay, so financials. Okay, XLF is a financial sector. In a weekly, what are we looking at in a weekly? Weekly, we have a clear uptrend, right? As you could see, almost just like S&P 500, it's making higher highs and higher lows. And if you see, we had a higher low and a higher low here, and basically all higher lows, as you can look from the previous, and a higher high, higher high, higher high. And as far as the members go, make sure you guys there is an introduction onto the group, and I have a PowerPoint presentation in there, and I also have a how to look at the exact sector rotation, how to look at all the sectors. In fact, I even have an Thinkorswim where I have imported all single sectors, and I have imported how to import basically all the stocks within that sector. So it's all in there. Make sure, if you're a new member, make sure you do watch that, just because I want you guys to have a very strong foundation on how to look at the sectors. Once you've done that, you only need to do it once, and after that you just basically carry on with every monthly analysis that you get to see onto as a recorded version. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So XLF, as we were talking, complete uptrend in the daily, in the weekly. In daily, I put a lot of extra stuff on there that a lot of people like to see: the Bollinger Bands, the SMAs, 20, 50, 200-day, and the 20, 50, and 200-day, right? And don't worry about this green one. This is 40 moving average, which is equivalent in the weekly. Okay, so if I were to go in the weekly, now it's more pertinent for that. It's basically 40 is 200-day SMA 4 equivalent to 200-day SMA to the daily. Okay, as far as I believe. So in this, what are we seeing in here is XLF. I'm just going to change my tool in here real quick to line. Have a lower high in here, okay, and you had somewhat of a you can say somewhat of a symmetrical kind of triangle, not the best looking one. So it's basing around this area right now, so that is why I called WFC trade later on, was earlier this week or something. So it's still basing. We'll see how that works. As you can see in your weekly, it is basing also. It needs to break the high of this round here to continue to have another move up. Okay, so that's the XLF sector, and I'll talk about the alerts later on where I have the alerts set. So that's XLF. The next one is XLK. XLK is a technology sector. Okay, So basically, based on your uh, XLF or XLK, which one is stronger? That's the one you need to, that's the one we talk about. Which one is stronger and which one you need to trade rather than, you know, trading something that is that has already made the move. Why not trade something that is about to break? Okay, that's what we try to talk about in that, the paid one, paid analysis, right? So this is where it broke out of right around here, and XLK is nice move up again. It's consolidating again in here in the into the highs. You can see in the weekly too, but it's so up high that I wouldn't be a buyer at this point. I'd rather wait for a pullback or let it break out of this consolidation area, and we'll see after that how it turns out to be. If there's a pullback, we can get the pullback. If there is no pullback, we'll get some kind of you know, higher highs or higher lows, some kind of formation where we can get in. Okay, so that's that. So all sectors are actually so far looking good. XLY, consumer discretionary. Again, this is up high again, as you can see. Weekly trend is up, your daily trend is up. I see a little bit of a pullback in here, which we'll definitely talk about, or where to get in on that. And on XLY weekly, nothing wrong with the trend. Everything is up and up and up. Okay, XLI is your industrials, making another, as you could see on here, it's flagging in here in the weekly chart. Okay, I love flags, if you know me by now. And a little bit of a flag pattern in here too. Okay, so you got a nice little flag going on. The break of this, we'll see if this gives any kind of trade in here. But there's nothing wrong with these sectors. There's only much to talk about when you have you know, downtrend, or you have sideways, or you have other stuff, or where the entry is. But right now everything's so up high that it's really hard to get in something. So what we do, we look at the stocks that are beaten down, but at the same time they're giving us a pullback to get into a trade. So that's XLI. XLB again, same thing, same as the XLI, you know, basing up again here again at a nice break of this resistance area in the weekly, so which is good, which is definitely healthy for a trend. And nothing wrong with the daily right now, still higher highs and higher lows, right? So if you're just logging in, just talking about a sector rotation analysis, XLE is the one that we've been kind of beating up on it, that where we had it long above this area. In my past the video that we talked about, we had a few trades in here, which is right around here, 80 above the ones he broke out of here. Had a couple of nice trades in here into the XLE, but it's coming down into an area, and we'll talk about it as far as if there's an entry in here. So I'm kind of excited about this one, so we'll definitely talk about this. You know, weekly we're looking at a somewhat of a downtrend, but downtrend always ends. They don't just keep on going down, and that's exactly what we pointed out. Actually, this is what I pointed a long time ago about watching this area, 70, 72 area, and had a nice bounce out of here. So we'll see if it's offering us any more opportunities. So this could be a sector where you can start looking for stocks. Okay, so XLE is that one. XLV is healthcare, been also very strong, as you could see. It's giving a really nice uptrending, right? So most of the stocks that were, most of these sectors we're looking at, a clear nice uptrend on daily, somewhat of a, you know, nice, again another flag in here, but this candle bothers me here, this one. So we'll see. Let me go in a little bit in the deeper. This is a I wouldn't call this a bearish engulfing candle. It didn't engulf this, but there is still a lot of bearishness about this candle, and also it broke a lot of lows in here. So we'll see if it's able to hold. So we can drill it down in the when we continue with this video, right? So XLU is a utility one. This is beaten down. Actually, I put a trade out in here today, guys. There was a swing trade, and we'll go into that trade in a few minutes too. So that's, I like that, like how that trade looks, and we'll talk about it and if it gives us a nice swing out of that. Okay, in fact, one of the members pointed it out. Well, I was looking at it, and he pointed it out. Hey, it's at it went above where you mentioned, but it was, I think, above probably 70 cents. So it had a really nice day trade in it, but it's okay. There are trades, in and out. We tackle some, we don't tackle few, and it's just hit and miss sometimes, right? So XLP is the last sector. So XLP is another one that's looking good. If you look at the daily, it's consolidating, it's testing the highs of from 2015 January, and consolidating around here, possibly another day, another push up to the upside. If not, we'll see if we can go down into smaller time frame and find some trades in here. So let's see in here. So that's XLE. So those are the 9 sectors we talk about. Okay, XLF, XLK, XLY, XLI, XLB, XLE, XLV, XLU, XLP, right? 9 sectors that makes up the S&P 500. So this is as far as I would go for this free analysis on here. But remember, even as a free, you need to get a lot of nuggets out of it. I know there's people gotta pay, get their to get to more advanced stuff, and there's really expensive services out there, and you can try any of them. I'm not gonna talk about another selling spiel here, but as members, they get to see a lot more stuff than what I'm just showing right now. So I'll go into the little bit more detail as far as showing the whole my Thinkorswim screen. So I'll leave it to that, and this is being recorded. Watch it, understand what a sector rotation is. Watch them and see how the SPY. Please plug in here. How the SPY is trading along with the other sectors. Have them on side screen. If you have 3 or 4 monitors, have a small screen where you can list all these sectors out. It'll definitely help. Okay, just because watching this SPY, you can pull trades out of it, but having all the sectors, you can see, okay, this one is about to go up, or this one is about to go down. Maybe stay away from the stocks within that sector, or maybe go long in those stocks that belong to that sector. So it's all about doing a little bit of a homework, all the time, weekly, monthly, whatever it is. So this is what I do. I do the monthly homework for the paid members, then I put it out onto our Facebook group so they can review it, they can watch it over and over. So I'm just going to pause this in a minute and then stop this broadcast and review it if you guys need to. Alright guys, thank you, take care. And I put another broadcast earlier too, so you guys can watch that.